Canadian Bulldog here. Don't pretend like you don't know who I am. Although, I suppose it's entirely possible you don't know who I am. It's been a while since I've had the opportunity to chat with you. And so just to refresh everyone's memory, I am Canadian Bulldog, the premier online humor columnist for professional wrestling since 2002. You may remember me from such columns as Inside the Ropes, True Wrestling Stories, Breaking News, Canadian Bulldog Presents The Family Smarkus, and Complete and Utter Bulldog! So now I'm here, complete with mask, very handsome, and I'm no longer suffering from insanity. I'm on my own. And you may be asking yourself, what is this Canadian Bulldogs World I've heard so much about? What is this? What does it mean? Help me out here, Bulldog. So I'm going to try and do a little bit of that. Thing is, I am a wrestling fan. I go back almost 30 years. I watched just shortly after the very first WrestleMania. That's when I started becoming a fan. And you know, over that time, I've seen a lot of things. I've collected a lot of just wrestling valuables here. Things like wrestling magazines, books. What else we got here? DVDs. Got action figures here. I've got everything. I've got, so I'm going to be talking about all of these things. Not just merchandise necessarily, but interesting angles, important events, things that go back to a time when wrestling used to be fun. Don't get me wrong, certainly a lot of things about the current product that I enjoy, but when I go back to the 80s, the 90s, even the 2000s, you look at things like the Four Horsemen, Hulkamania, Saturday Night's Main Event, all of these things, it was a much more fun time in professional wrestling, certainly for me. And so that's what I am going to embrace. With the WWE Network out there, there's going to be a lot more people who are watching and learning more about nostalgia, so I figured this would be kind of an interesting companion piece to that. We're also going to look at sort of one-of-a-kind things, house show results, rare pictures, rare merchandise. I think I've got somewhere around, yeah, here it is. This is the skull of the, where is it here? There we go, that's better. This is the skull of the original Ultimate Warrior. Don't know how I got it. Paid a pretty penny on eBay, I'm sure. But this is going to be reviewed. Everything is going to be reviewed. And we're at the same time, all the things you know and love. We've got Bulldog's Bookshelf. There's going to be over 50 book reviews on there right now. It's like a library to you people. Bulldog's DVD rack, where there are dozens and dozens, more videos than Netflix, are actually being reviewed here on the site, as well as a lot of just unique insights, blog entries, videos like this, and the whole thing is, wrestling should be fun. It should not be taken so seriously, and as a wrestling fan, you shouldn't have to hide your head in shame. Saying the guy who's wearing a mask. But regardless, CanadianBulldogsWorld.com is here, and it is going to be the greatest site ever. Ever! And look, I understand this is basically a blog. This is a passion project for me. So for those of you people who've been following me since day one, thank you. For the new people who are going to be checking out the site, thank you too. And thank everyone for the support, especially over the last 6 months. Hey, if you like what you've seen, tweet it, Facebook it, Google Plus it, whatever your social media poison. Tell a friend, have them tell two friends. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. But just, let's keep the dream alive. Canadian Bulldogs World is here. This is your website, although I technically own it. And I am just psyched to see where the journey this is not gonna look cool. The journey takes us. CanadianBulldogsWorld.com. Live it, experience it, and thank you so much for your time.